A 2018 study examined the views of hundreds of recent graduates from the CEMS Master in International Management program, and over half, 56%, consider either social skills, 33%, or the ability to manage people, 23%, as the most important skills to develop as technology increases in the corporate workplace. They rated these soft skills higher than teachable hard skills, 7%, technical job-specific content skills, 7%, or process skills such as critical thinking, 12%. LinkedIn's 2018 Workforce Report highlights a significant mismatch between the skill sets of today's top talent and the skill sets companies are seeking that LinkedIn CEO Jeff Weiner calls a significant skills gap. Somewhat surprisingly, Weiner says in an interview with CNBC, interpersonal skills is where we're seeing the biggest imbalance. Communications is the #1 skills gap. This is the easy-to-understand story of a dynamic executive coach and trainer and the numerous clients he serves. Time and time again, our main character, Dalton Zimmer, is thrust into situations that emphasize the importance of people-centric skills. The book carries forward many of the skills highlighted in the first edition and continues to demonstrate the impact that interpersonal and communication skills, whether good or bad, have on a person's effectiveness, personal relationships, job, and career. Listeners will be able to empathize with the characters and real-life situations highlighted in the book. Topics include body language, neuro-linguistic programming, gesture clusters, facial expressions, STARS method for thinking on your feet, responding to difficult questions, reading verbal tone, emotional intelligence, employee motivation, self-reflection, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, mode of communication, change management, transparent communication, continuous communication, public speaking, voice inflection. Our story takes us through the trials and tribulations of Dalton Zimmer, a well-known speaker and executive coach. Listeners are led through many different challenging scenarios that test Dalton's resilience and character. Dalton balances his client demands with operating his business and attempting to be a good father to 2 kids, Caleb, 12, and Leora, 11. Some of the scenarios and topics covered in the forthcoming narrative include: Chapter 1, The People-Centric Journey Begins Anew. This chapter reestablishes our characters and sets up our storylines for the duration of the novel. Chapter 2, Reading Through People. Dalton arrives at his client, Solo Technologies in San Francisco, to assist the CFO in interviewing a suspected harasser and fraudster, Julianne Cranston. Julianne is a high-level sales executive who has always been one of the company's top producers, but is suspected of numerous violations, including kickbacks, undocumented discounts to customers, fraudulent reporting of travel expense, and threatening employees. Dalton advises and assists Kelly Jackson on how to approach Julianne and how to read her. Dalton has also coached Kelly on presenting to the audit committee and board and is planning a return visit for hands-on instruction for her team. Chapter 3, Emotional Intelligence. Dalton drives into San Jose to meet with Stanton Electronics Chief Financial Officer Brad Lester, a long-term friend and client. Dalton has his kids fly up and spend the weekend with Brad and his kids. Dalton takes in Dax's, Brad's 8-year-old, soccer game, where Brad is an outspoken fan and parent. Brad is very demanding and vocal. After the game, Dalton and Brad talk about his impact on his son and how in certain situations, Brad is intimidating without realizing it. The conversation dovetails into the importance of empathy and how to use it effectively to build relationships and relate to people. Chapter 4, Different Points of View, Using Self-Awareness and Empathy Effectively. The next day, after Dalton's deep-dive conversation with Brad on emotional intelligence and how to apply it in the workplace and at home, Brad applies these key learnings in an important conversation with his son, Dax. Chapter 5, Wrong Mode Equals Wrong Mood, Determining the Optimal Mode of Communication. Dalton's ex-wife is Caleb's newly appointed